lot of you have been asking for the story about how we met. We met on Tinder.
So exciting.
But before that, my mom is like a medicine woman. She came to me about 2 months before we met and said, "Son, I had a dream. And in this dream, I met your girlfriend."
Sorry, I can't take you seriously.
About 2 months before we met, my mom comes to me and she says, "Son, I had a dream. And in this dream, I met your girlfriend." And the way she explained is crazy. She goes, and I was like, "Oh yeah, what'd she look like?" And she was like a mixture of your ex-girlfriend and our family friend. And I was like, wow. Wait.
What a way to describe it.
Yeah. That's like great. And anyways, it changed the way I started swiping on Tinder. I was very, very selective with my swipe rights after that. I don't know. I thought there was a merit to what my mom said. And anyways, we ended up matching.
Yeah.
And we just got talking and we kind of hit it off right away. And my mom thought she was a catfish.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Make sure you FaceTime her." Because we were talking about caribou, and my mom's like, "What's a white girl in Prince Edward Island doing talking about caribou? Sounds like a catfish." And so we had our first FaceTime, and we FaceTimed for 8 hours straight.
Yeah, and I had to go to school in the morning.
Yep. I wasn't doing much. I was $2,000 in debt when we met.
Yeah. Just short of what, 2 years?
2 years of my sobriety.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't in a place where I was like...
I mean, we were on Tinder. We weren't looking for a marriage and a baby. Here we are.
Yeah. And after 6 months, my parents after 3 months...
It was only 2.
Oh my God, it was 2 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. So it wasn't lockdown, like intense lockdown times. We were in the East Coast of Canada, and so they had this thing called like the East Coast bubble. And so you could travel between a couple of the provinces. And so Braden was in one province, I was in another. And so like when you were traveling between the provinces, you'd need to like get tested and like all those things. And so we would kind of plan it out, especially because I was in school too. We'd like plan it out where like you'd come over to like my place for a weekend, and then I'd go to your place for a weekend. And, you know, you were living with like your parents at the time. And so it was a whole family thing. We'd have game nights and like make dinners and stuff together.
Right from the first weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to backtrack a little bit. I was going to chicken out of going to visit Rebecca because I had negative money.
Yeah.
And
you were in a little bit of a struggle bus.
I was in the struggle bus. And like I was behind on my phone bill. I don't know what you saw in me. But to put this in perspective, to get to Prince Edward Island, it's free. But to get off of Prince Edward Island by the bridge or the ferry, it's what, like $50?
Yeah, it's $50 for the bridge and like 60 or more or something for the ferry.
And so plus gas, we were looking at about $100 for the total trip.
Yeah.
It was like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
And like I said, I had really no money. My parents knew this.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh my God, this is a chance to get him out of the house for a weekend and potentially find someone who's going to snap him out of this loser lifestyle he's living." And so that's probably the best $100 my parents have ever invested into me.
Thank goodness they
because
did.
After we met, it was like a total change for me. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go back to school. Yeah. I got a summer job with the government. Yeah.
You started like speaking on your sobriety and
I started social media.
Yeah.
You're the whole reason I started social media. Yeah. So people saying, "Oh, she's only with you because of the social media." There would have actually been no social media for Braden Cudlin.
None of you would know this, man.
If it wasn't for Rebecca Johnston. Mm. Seriously.
No.
I didn't want to do it. I was very extroverted in high school and my first time at university. But after recovery, I dealt a lot with paranoia and became extremely introverted and reclused. And was just scared of social media. But Rebecca here was like, no.
Well, it started with you and your mom.
Yeah, but we both started because you were like, don't worry about it, just do it.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That was my backtrack, kind of spiraled.
Yeah, I know.
What, do you have any more to add about it?
No.
We got...
What,
go.
Oh,
no, you go.
Okay. But yeah, so I guess at, like, the start, I feel like we bypassed, like, the 2-month thing.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So I was just, like, because I had school, because of COVID, all my classes were online for the most part. And so I would just, like, go over to Nova Scotia and, like, hang out with you guys. And then after, like, 2 months, your mom was like, why are you even bothering paying rent and living in PEI? She's like, you should just move in here. And so how was I supposed to say no to her?
My mom has wanted grandkids since I was 14.
Oh my God, yes. And so, should we tell this part?
Yes, we have to. It's integral to our story.
Okay, so we hung out once.
Yeah.
Really backtracking now. First
Really
time
backtracking.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were like, okay, like we're getting along really well, but neither one of us were really like wanting anything very serious. Both of us like weren't really in like the place for it.
Yeah.
Or so we thought. And so Hubok was like, I want to get you like a gift for like your recovery. That's what like the baseline of it was like, I want to like get you a gift for your recovery. This was a gift for her, okay?
It was another investment.
I know. So she ended up getting us like an Airbnb cottage for a weekend because like I was living with roommates and then you obviously were living with your parents, and so she was like, you guys need alone time. But really she was like, I want grandkids now.
This was our second time hanging out.
This was our second time hanging out, and it was at an Airbnb that Brayden's mother got for us. Which, looking back,
it's crazy.
Is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but at the time we were like, that's normal, right?
Well, it was normal for me because my mom's kind of always been like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just rolled with it.
Yeah.
And you did too, surprisingly.
I don't know why. I still think about all the things that could have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lesson in safety planning for me. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because you didn't even tell anybody where you went.
No, I didn't think about it. Don't know why. Anyways. So yeah, that's how that all started. And then your mom was like, you may as well move in instead of spending money on rent. She was like, you make some dinners every here and there, and that's your rent. So I think it was...
And then 3 months later, we were engaged.
No, we weren't.
Yeah, 4 months later.
No, keep trying.
6 months later?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I moved in December. Because I moved in over Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
We got engaged
In July.
July 1st.
Yeah.
My mom came to me, she said, son, you got to keep her.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for you to propose.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? No, you're right.
Yeah.
So I got down on one knee and he said, no.
No, I'm pretty sure I was just like, F off over and over again because I was not expecting that. But it was very sweet.
But I figured if we were just about to move across the country and live with each other.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is we moved in together. I moved in with you and your family. Oh my gosh, hi. I moved in with you and your family after 2 months. Was it 2? Yeah, 2 months and a little bit. And then we got engaged 6 months after that. But before that, we had already planned to move to Calgary together because you were going to go back to school. And I was just finishing my degree and wanted a change from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we moved without a plan, without a place to stay.
Well, no, we found a place to stay it was just, that's a whole other, I can't open that can of worms right now.
We could do a whole story time.
On the places we've lived in our 3 years since moving here and the different infestations in those buildings.
Yeah. We got a good place now.
Yep, love the place we're at.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it took us a little while to get married.
Yep.
We were engaged for a little bit.
Yep.
Not that long ago.
How long were we engaged for?
2 years?
Yeah, well, I mean...
Just under 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because we just got married not that long ago. We were married for a month, and then...
Baby!
I called it first.
I think the psychic called it first.
The psychic called it first, but then I was the first one out of us.
Yeah, I didn't believe it.
We went to the gym, and Rebecca...
Okay, wait, backtrack to the psychic, because that was really important.
Okay.
So, Braden's youngest brother had gone... There's this family camp that Braden's family goes to every year, and there is a psychic in this town in the East Coast, and she has like worked with all of us, and she's fantastic. And so Braden's youngest brother had gone to see her, and she was like, "You're gonna be an uncle," and he was like, "Nope, I don't know. They say they're waiting." And she was like, "No, like you are gonna be an uncle like very, very soon." And so he told us this, and we were like, "Whatever, like." Not true. Like, this is the first take she has that's not true.
Yeah.
Because everything else that she's ever, like, said...
Not true. She got the gender wrong.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, right. I forgot she said... Was it her that said boy?
Mm-hmm.
The first year with your mom.
I thought so.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that going to be firstborn, though? Or was that...
I don't know.
I don't know either. So we don't know.
We don't know.
So anyways, so we were like, nope, no way. Not gonna happen. And then I started to get quite ill.
And we went to the gym.
Yeah, we were at the gym, and I was like, Braden, I am gonna go puke. And I left the gym, and I went right to the grocery store.
I called it at the gym. I said, are you pregnant?
Yeah.
It was like, you gotta be pregnant.
Yeah.
Like,
and I was like, no, there's no way. Like, I'm not pregnant. Yeah. And then came home, take the test, boom.
And you guys saw the video.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that was same day.
We didn't get a video of my mom's reaction.
No.
But what happened right afterwards is I Googled what to do when you find out you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And Google had no good answers.
You know what? No one actually really talks about it. Like, what do you do when you just find out? Because both of us were like, oh my gosh, what's the next step?
Because we were going to wait another 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I called my dad first because I was like, Dad, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, right away we were like, Mike, what do we do? And then he thought that we were playing like some stupid prank on him. Like, he didn't believe you.
I'm known to play bad pranks.
Yeah, very bad pranks. And so he right away, he was like, put Rebecca on the phone. Like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, because I was losing my mind.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And you were too.
Yeah.
And so you tell him, you're like, yeah, I'm pregnant.
I was like, that's what the stick said. And then he was like, oh my gosh, okay.
Because he just kept saying, F off, like stop, F off. And I was like, where's Mom? Like, we got to tell her too.
Yeah.
And she was out doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we ended up, I don't know why I didn't record it, but we FaceTime her.
Yeah.
And she was like, thought we were joking too.
Yeah, well, and because the time that I accidentally, like, I still feel so bad about this. With the whole candy tree thing.
So my dad said, I think when I have grandkids, I'm going to do a candy tree every Christmas.
Yeah.
And the grandkids can just pick at the candy tree. And so that Christmas, Rebecca made him a candy tree.
I made like a little tree, and I got like all of his favorite candies, and I made like little ornaments with the candies inside them, and like hung different candies on the tree, and just thinking like, oh, like I didn't put together that they would think that it was us announcing a pregnancy. I did not put that together once.
And so she just started bawling.
Yeah,
when she saw the candy tree. Was like,
started bawling.
Are you for real?
Like,
are you for real?
Jumping up and down, and I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, so that was heartbreaking.
That was
2 Christmases ago.
I know.
And then, so this time, we FaceTime my mom.
Yeah.
And after it set in that we weren't kidding,
yeah,
she just started bawling,
yeah,
screaming, like, oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Like, she's wanted grandkids seriously since I was 14.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I hit puberty, she was like,
it's time.
grandkids. And I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
But I finally delivered.
Yeah.
Well, you delivered.
Not yet.
Well, yeah, no. But you're carrying out
Yes.
the dream.
The dream. It's in the process.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know.
We're having a daughter.
Yeah, we haven't said that yet.
Yeah.
We're having a little girl, which is also crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my mom wanted a daughter, and she's only had boys.
Yeah. Yeah. And then your dad is like all
One
boys.
of four.
One of four boys.
He does have a few nieces.
Yes. Yeah. And then your mom, like.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my family, it's always like the pattern's always been like older boy, younger girl.
Yeah.
Always. And so everyone really thought boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like your mom, but see, your mom and my mom both like started calling baby like she before we knew. And like I kept having dreams of a girl. Yeah. And so part of me was like, I wonder if it'll be a girl. And sure enough.
I was born to be a girl dad, though.
Yeah, you totally were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, I think we said this like in a different video before, like the timing of it was really special because we found out that we were pregnant. I think it was a week, right? A week, maybe a little over a week after we did our genetic counseling.
Right. Yes, I have it. If you didn't know,
Yeah.
I have a genetic disease called Kennedy's disease, which is a neuromuscular disease. And I was really worried about having kids for two reasons.
Yeah.
One, a possible symptom
Like
is
side effect of it.
Infertility, which clearly I don't have.
Yeah.
And two, another problem is it's passed down from the father who has it to the daughter.
Who then becomes a carrier. And then if she has boys, then they can be affected by it.
There's a 50% chance that if she has sons, they have Kennedy's disease.
Yeah.
But my neurologist basically said, you're probably going to see meaningful treatment in your lifetime. And by the time your daughter has kids and they grow to an age where the disease kicks in, like it won't even be a problem.
Yeah.
And so that took all the pressure
Yeah.
and stress I had about having kids away, because I was really worried about having kids because I didn't want to pass it on.
Yeah.
And that was all gone.
Yeah. Yeah. And the genetic counselor too was like very adamant that, you know, it's like 2 generations from you where there might be effects, but again, by that point, like there's been so much research being done on it, especially like finding out that you had it while we were here in Alberta was really crazy.
Where so much research is being done.
Yeah, there's so much research being done like throughout Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, and then like the ALS clinic here in Alberta and in Calgary has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been really lucky to have all that support. So.
Yeah. That's a long story
Yeah,
that we've told.
There's just so many.
This was supposed to be a short story.
Well, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we had a special wedding.
Yeah.
It was just small, friends and family.
We were thinking about eloping for the longest time, and that's kind of why we kept putting it off, because we were not putting it off, but just kind of like waiting until we knew what we wanted.
And then we really looked into how to do it in another country, and it was so complicated.
Yeah.
And we were like, if we're going to do it in Canada, we might as well do it out east where our family is.
Yeah, and it was really special because, like, your grandmother is in PEI, and, like, my grandfather was in PEI for the wedding. And so that was really, really special that they both were able to be a part of it.
And we were both the first grandkids to get married.
Yeah. So that was really cool that they could be there for it.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's our story in a nutshell.
Not a nutshell. We went on so many tangents.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so much that we could go on about for sure.
Yeah. So that's how our Tinder love story started.
Yep. Now we're here.
Tag Tinder in the comments.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.